What's that, Nicola?
I am speaking to you from the Cabinet Room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
Someday when this life is done, So I've told you about how I'm doing a wee project for university.
Right.
And I kind of want to do a wee bit of a sort of story on your evacuation during World War II.
Right.
So I'm just going to ask a few questions.
Right.
So firstly, when was it that you were evacuated? Can you remember, like, way back when it all kind of started?
Do you mean the date or the year?
Just in general?
In general, well, we were never told that we were getting evacuated. It just so happened we were out playing, my sister and I remember I had a go chair and we were going up and down the pavement. And then my mum said, right, you've to come up here. And she told us then that we were going away. And of course, that was a shock. Right, and I said, where are we going, where are we going? My sister, she started crying, no, you'll be all right, you just have to go away because there was bombing in Clydebank, and because we live 2 miles from Clydebank, all the children in that district had to be evacuated. I mean, I was only 7, but this is what my mother had told me. And so we had to go to get dressed, have everything, with gas mask, and go to the school where we were all gathered to go in the bus, and then the train to wherever we were going. And that's how it was the first time that we knew.
So did you know anything about the war before that? Did you have any inkling of what was going on? Because the war hadn't been announced. World War II hadn't been announced at this point yet, had it?
It started in 39, 40, and 41 was when the Blitz and Clydebank. And I remember seeing all that up. It's horrible, right enough.
So was the Clydebank Blitz, was it before or after you were evacuated?
Before.
Before?
Because 2 incendiary bombs had landed across the road from our house, which all the windows were in. And we were in the Anderson shelter, but we could hear, the explosions. And also there was things they called buzz bombs, and we used to sit and listen to this going, and then it would stop, and it just fell. But we were lucky that it never hit the house. But the house was all right, but everything, glass was in the bath. And everything. So, and I remember getting taken out of bed when the siren went off, and my father would lift us out and put our tin helmets on and run up the garden. He was a air raid warden. We stood up pumping. I don't know what he was going to do with that, but maybe some fire had, started round about the house. He could put it out, but I don't know. But that was his job.
So where was it you were staying? Where was it you stayed?
Great Western Road.
Great Western Road,
just on the Great Western Road. So
So
that's why we
What
could...
was the address again? I'll just write that down.
2238.
2238.
Great Western Road.
2238.
But I remember seeing Clydebank all blaze, it was all red. I remember that. It's funny how you can remember these things when that in your life. So that was that. So that was us. Sent to wherever. I don't know where it was, but there you are.
So what was it like to know that it was getting bombs, like What did it?
Oh,
What
did
did you?
cry.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really quite frightening. But in a way too, it was exciting. Because, you know,
I
because
suppose if you're younger, you don't really.
you don't know that, oh well, we're all right, you know, although
Yeah.
they bombed across the road, but
Yeah.
it could have been
Yeah.
worse if we'd just been a wee bit nearer.
Yeah,
And I landed
exactly.
on the house.
Yeah.
So there you are. And then we went to, as I said, Clover Hill to get all gathered together. And
Clover Hill was a school.
yeah,
You
the
went to?
school I went to, I think it's called something else now, I don't know. There you are.
Yeah, I think I did look it up. It was like,
They've got it. I
I
think
don't know.
have they
Is it-
changed it to something?
I want to say it's like St. Ninians or something, but that might have been.
No, I don't
I don't know. I need to look it
Anyway,
up.
it
but-
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it has changed soon.
But there you are, it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was that. And
Yeah.
that's how we were sent away.
And then you all went together, didn't you? So there was.
The three of us went, my brother and Janet and
Uh-huh.
me. My brother was 2 years older than me, he was 9. I was 7 and Janet was 6.
Yeah.
And on a train, although we didn't know where we were going, but
Yeah.
we went to Palnaki School.
Yeah. Because you weren't supposed to go together, were you?
No, we
No.
weren't supposed to. When we got to Palnaki School, they said, right, now, you'll go to this house, you'll go to that one. Oh no, my mother, first of all, when we went away in the train, my mother, of
Uh-huh.
course, was there to say cheerio, and of
Yeah.
course, I was
Because you
crying
were
my
crying.
eyes out, and Janet says, you were the wee skinny one that used to cry your eyes out at end, and then your nose was running and you were in an office state because you were waiting to my mum.
Yeah.
She says, you're the wee skinny one. I said, no, I aren't. Anyway, so that was it. And we waved goodbye. I don't know how my mum did that. I couldn't have done
No.
it.
Well,
She
she didn't really have much
because
of a
she
choice.
went and worked in the munitions factory in Bishopton to make bombs.
Yeah.
And
Which a lot of the
all
women
the
had to do, didn't they?
because all the railings at the bottom of our house, you know, in the garden was
Yeah.
taken away for
Yeah.
that. They lifted them all.
And then most of the men were away.
That's right, aye.
And obviously
But
during
my
the
father
war, so-
had an ulcer, so he couldn't
You know.
go in the army. So there you are. So
Yeah.
that was that. So we went to, as I say, Palnaki, and they were
Uh-huh.
going to separate us. And Janet, of course, she started crying. I started crying, and we said, "Oh, we don't want to be separated." And my brother says, "No, we're staying together."
Yeah.
So it's quite a, I think it would be quite a ordeal to get somebody to take us.
Yeah.
But we were lucky in a way that we were
They
sent
got
to
go
quite a
together.
nice place.
Yeah.
Well, we're away in this wee, I think it was a wee square car, it would be a Ford Prefect, I think, or something.
Right.
It was a wee square car,
Yeah.
wee black one, and they took us
Box
to
car.
this big house, you know, lovely big house and big gardens and daffodils all over. April, right enough, I
Yeah.
suppose,
Uh-huh.
nearly April, and we went there
Uh-huh.
and wondering what on earth is going to happen now.
Yeah.
Of course, when we went there, we weren't in the top part of the house, we were in
Yeah.
the basement with somebody watching us. I think it was the maid
Uh-huh.
that was up the stairs for a wee while, but
Yeah.
of course every night I was crying as usual, and it was in the basement. Of course it was quite damp because you could write your name on the walls
Right.
because it was damp, you
Uh-huh.
know. But anyway, we were all right as long as we were all together. We were fine.
Yeah.
But then I wet the bed. But that's just because I wasn't at home.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was that. And then, you know, you just have to adjust.
Yeah.
But it was quite a ordeal because the three of us had to walk to school, which was 2 miles away nearly.
Right.
You know, and in the winter too.
Yeah.
But it was okay. It was
Yeah.
all right. You just go on with it.
Yeah.
You know, your chalk and your slate to learn anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, and your clogs.
Yeah.
which I loved because they had the steel bit like a horse's shoe.
Yeah.
And when you walked in the snow, it gathered, and of course you were about 6 foot tall the time you got to school. Anyway, it was really good. I quite enjoyed it when, once we settled down.
Yeah.
My aunt used to come down and visit us quite a lot.
Oh, okay.
Aunt Jenny, so
Yeah.
that was all right. But
Yeah.
if you went to the dentist, you didn't get an anaesthetic, you get your teeth out like that. I remember getting my back tooth out and it crunched.
Oh no.
And then, of course, it was bleeding and I went and spat it out in the step and I got it out. She says, you didn't need to do that there, you could have put it on something. I've got to clean that up, this wee maid said. I went, oh, no, I'm sorry. But we settled in all right.
Yeah.
Janet, she took Scarlet Fever. And she landed up the stairs in the big bed, so we missed her for a wee while. She was in hospital first, and then because she was ill, and she went up the stairs to the big fancy room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think she
She was a wee bosom. She was a wee bosom. She used to do things she shouldn't have done. Well, a window hook. Plucked all the eyes out of the pictures. I mean, that was 75 years ago. I don't think anybody would even think about it now, because I think the people that were in there are dead and gone.
Did you know anything about the people that lived in it at the time?
Yeah, they were very nice. You didn't see them a lot,
Yeah.
but they were very nice and they were good. I mean, we used to have great fun. There was big rhododendrons and we used to jump off for one onto the other. And, it was okay. But then again, you wish you were at home.
Yeah.
But eventually we did.
Yeah.
Go back home. And
it must have been hard for young kids
I
to
know.
be away from their mum and dad for so long.
But then again, there was the war, and children nowadays that would never happen. Of course, I don't think anybody would.
Yeah.
No, there's no thing like that now. But
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope that happens. But that's what they had to do in those days.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot. I mean, the whole school was evacuated.
Yeah.
The people in it. And William, my brother, he broke his leg. There was a big mound in the middle of the playground, a big kind of rock.
Yeah.
He broke his leg on it, but it was quite good because he used to call us names and his. So we used to call him names, and he could have an afterwards, he did a big plaster on his leg. So, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
But there you are. So that was life then.
Yeah.
So eventually we went back home, and Janet will say to me, she says, when we went back home and my mum was cleaning out drawers and she never even said, oh, you're home. And I went, I can't remember that. You think the mum would say, oh, you're back? And I think she's telling porky pies. I can't remember what mum said.
It must have been hard for her as well.
It was. Well, she went out, as I said, to the munitions, and she had cycled from Oldham Chapel right to Bishopton over on the ferry, fell in the Clyde twice on her bike because it slipped in the ferry, and she cycled away to Bishopton to help the war effort. So, there you are. So that's what we had to do when we were young, Nicholas. There you are. I've had an exciting life. I mean, people say, I'll say to somebody, I was an evacuee, and they'll say, you were an evacuee, as if they're looking at me.
Yeah.
Because that wee girl I'd met had said she was doing something about evacuees, and I had said to her, oh, I wasn't an evacuee. She goes, you better not. She was that excited because she'd met an evacuee.
Yeah.
She says, and and our mum said she was doing this thing about evacuees at school. So she said, oh, could you help me? What did you wear and what did you do and what? So I told her, you know, what you wore. You had your gas mask on with your, in the box. And you had your, you know, your case. You had to have a case with your stuff in it.
Yeah.
You just wore a wee dress or something.
Yeah.
And she was quite pleased, she went away quite happy. So that was it. So that was all, but
I suppose even for like someone even like her age, it must seem like, I mean even for me it's like worlds away from where we are at now.
Yeah.
That you couldn't even like imagine something like that happening now.
I know, I wouldn't like it to happen again though. You know, I would hate it.
Yeah.
It's funny how children like us had to adapt to that. I think it's because we knew there was more than us there at the time.
Yeah.
That we're all in this train waiting cheerio to their mums. You know, it was just
You
something
said
you
about how
had
you
to
were
do.
supposed to actually be on a ferry to Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, well that's another ferry. I don't think so.
Well, not a ferry, but you know what I mean, a ship.
No, my brother and I were supposed to be going to Philadelphia to stay with my father's cousin. But the boat that had taken children there before had been hit with a submarine, a German submarine, so my mother said, no, that's it, you're not going. So that was how we landed down in Dumfries. So there you are. And Janet, of course, she was too young at the time to go on a boat to America. So anyway, there you are. We landed in Dumfries, which was all right. For a couple of years and that was it. So there you are, 2 years of my life down in Dumfries. But that was that. So anyway, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's brilliant. And we've got you a wee jar of lemon.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, that's nice,
about,
yes.
The lemon curd sandwich.
That's right, lemon curd sandwiches. That's right, we got from our pieces. That's all we got. Every day. I wonder I didn't turn yellow.
There's a jar of
I even got a cane. See, they say it here, but when we went back home, they didn't tell us I know. And they used to say, what are you saying I came from? But there you are. So that was it.
Yeah.
That was the end of that. So, oh well. So that's my story.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that's
right,
it.
okay. Right, yeah. That's